is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a video that I've been wanting to do something on for a while. I've been wanting to get a hold of one of these for at least a year, maybe even closer to a couple of years, and I finally gotten a hold of one. And when I wanted to do one, I still wanted it to be more like budget friendly, which most of the stuff on this channel really focuses on. And what we're going to be talking about is a Lpvo. Now, what is a Lpvo? Lpvo stands for low power variable optic. It is a scope, but it not really a scope. The really awesome thing about it, and that like the military is, I think, phasing more towards this, is where it's good for close quarter combat, and if you need to take distance, you can still do that also. You can use like a holographic or red dot and then use a magnifier on that, but this is more of an all-in-one type thing. So what you usually get with the Lpvo is usually a magnification of 1:4. They get bigger than that. I got a 1:4 and I wanted to get, like I said, a more budget friendly one. So I teamed up with Monstrum and checked theirs out. Usually when you want to do something or get something like this particular optic, you're not going to find one for less than 200 bucks, and they get upwards of over $1,000. There's a bunch of different companies that make these in a wide variety of price ranges. So the one that I found was the best option as far as what you get, but still on the cheaper end, budget friendly, is the one from Monstrum. And this is it. Now, this is the Monstrum G3 1:4 magnification by 24 Lpvo optic. You can get this in black and obviously FDE. It does come with some lens covers on it. I took those off because I'm not a real big fan of lens covers. It does come with standard optic mounts here, which we will be changing out in a later video. I'll be talking about that in a minute, but these are the standard mounts that you get when you get this optic. It is hard anodized 6061 aluminum. You do have adjustment knobs for sighting this in, up and down here and right to left on the side here. And then your magnification is really cool because you've got this big tab on here. You can just switch it over anywhere from 1:4 magnification, which is really, really neat. Just to note, if you're wanting to just get this and just this, mounting the bottom mounts on here, putting the optic on, just looking through and getting it level, and then putting the top pieces on and tighten them, going around until everything is tight. That's what I did. You do have 11 different illumination settings on here as far as brightness, and the eye relief is 4 to 4.5 inches. It does weigh in at 13 ounces, and overall it is 9.4 inches long. This particular optic is nitrogen sealed, so it is fog and water resistant, which is really, really nice, especially putting it into a budget category for only $200 compared to all of the other options out there. That is really, really nice for this budget optic. Something to note with the Lpvo is, I'm going to talk in a minute about how the backup sights that I had on this didn't work. But even with that, if you don't have any backup sights at all and you just have this particular optic, it does have illuminated reticle on there, but it does also have crosshairs like you have on a regular scope. So if your optic actually goes out, worst case scenario, if you don't have any kind of backed up optic or sight at all, you still have the crosshairs on there, which ain't going to be as good as it was with the illuminated optic, but you still have that there. So that's one thing to consider if you don't particularly want to go down the rabbit hole of different sights and a different optic or something like that. You just want just this, you still have that option, and it's still going to be reliable even if it actually goes out, because you still have the crosshairs on there. Now, what I said earlier about the setup of this, I'm actually going to do a separate video on how to set this up. If you have this particular optic, on this particular one, I did have Magpul backup sights on the front and rear here, and when you use that, because this is technically a scope, if it went out and you popped up your sights on this, you're not going to be able to see through there, because it's pretty much just like putting up iron sights trying to look through a scope. You can't see. It's horrible. So what I actually did right now is put 45s on here, which is what I have on here right now, but I've got different stuff coming in that we will do a video on really soon, of a different option. If this went out, I can actually use something else, which we'll talk about all that in the video. But the main thing is, if this goes out, it still has crosshairs on it, so you can still use this if you didn't want any other backup option, but you won't be able to use standard sights with this because you can't see through it. Now, I did say that this is a real good budget option. This is the best, cheapest Lpvo option you can find. It's from Monstrum, and it will come in at $180, which compared to every other Lpvo out there is really good pricing. That is all I have for you guys today. We are going to do another video on how to set this up if you want to do a Lpvo and you want a backup option, which I do. You don't have to do that, but I want that. We're going to do a whole separate video on how to set that up and why I'm setting it up that way. And I am teaming up with Monstrum for that video as well. They sponsored this video and they're going to sponsor that video. They are sending a separate red dot out that I'm going to do a separate video on that particular red dot from them. And then we're going to do a video on how I used the Lpvo from them and their red dot, and using it all in this one setup, how I did it and why. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at the Josh Wiley channel. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know all of your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know if you have an Lpvo, if you like it or don't like it, if you've checked this one out, or if you have a more expensive one. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet, be sure to consider getting subscribed to the channel. I think that's pretty much it. That's all for today's video. Be sure to stay tuned and ring the bell so you don't miss any new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. See you.